This video is about a few posts, starting with, do people shame you for being selfish? And then, do you feel guilty? So let's put that on the screen. And let us do that. First, let's understand, you got to understand what selfishness is and what they mean by it. What they mean is like you only care about yourself. But that's not what it means. They're lying when they do that. They're gaslighting you. Selfishness just means living your life in a way where you don't let other people destroy you. You stand your ground in the face of tyranny. You say to people, quote, if helping you means hurting me, then I'm not interested. I need to preserve my own soul before I can be of use to anybody else. By the way, I don't believe in the soul concept, but it's a good word to use here to get people to know what I mean. It's just the mind. When people shame you for not letting them walk all over you, you should not internalize that shame. It's not shameful. You should have a spine. You should judge this for yourself. Don't let people's dishonest opinions about you taint your self-image. They don't know you. They don't know what struggles you've endured or how you've grown in spite of them. Only you know, only you can judge. Don't let people lie to you just so they can trick you into becoming their slave. So let's go on to the next post. I still feel guilty for whatever, fill in the gap. I've talked about this before. I just want to talk about it a little bit again in the context of this last post. First, you got to start with the facts, and then your feelings should follow the facts. When somebody says, I feel guilty, it's like they're putting the feelings before the facts. They didn't spend any time judging whether they're actually guilty. In most cases, maybe there's some people who feel guilty after doing that, but I think you get what I mean. Generally, when people say, I feel guilty, it's feelings first, facts second, or never. I'm going to skip ahead to the next one now. Do you feel guilty when you lie to your parents? I've talked about this one before, a video about it, so I'm going to skim or highlight. You shouldn't feel guilty when you lie to your parents if it's a scenario where it's their fault that you lied. And why would it be their fault? If they're abusing you, then you have reason to lie to them. In the same way that if you were to lie to the Nazis that you were hiding Jews in your basement. Many Muslim parents are narcissists. The reason I bring up narcissism is a lot of the stuff that we're talking about when it comes to guilt, shame, all that stuff. It's stuff that narcissists are doing to you. And again, I already talked about this before, so I'm not going to hit it very hard, but I just wanted to talk about it a little bit in the context of that first post. Okay, next post. Now this one I want to do in full all over again. Sorry if you've already heard it, but if you have, go ahead and stop. And even if you have, maybe it's worth it to listen to the whole thing all over again. So here's a new thing I'm offering to people. Are you struggling with doubt, fear, guilt, and even reverting back to Islam? We are here to help. Many people come to us privately saying that they still struggle with doubt, fear, and or guilt, and even reverting back to Islam. And they ask us how we're able to escape Islam. We've been helping these people just by talking with them over chat or video calls. Tons of people have found it helpful, and it's from their own mouths. They're saying it that they found it helpful. It's not just that we recognize it. So I decided to make a formal invitation to people who are in the same situation. Come on the Uniting the Cults live stream and I'll help you with your problems. Fear, guilt, doubt, whatever. This will have a second purpose. It helps other people who get to watch that and learn, because, you know, we're all having kind of the same problems. You know, whatever your fear is, guilt is, or doubt, somebody else had the same ones. It's not likely at all that you're the only one with your problems, with those kind of problems. Yes, there's some of that, and there's some nuance, and everyone's problems are a little bit different than everybody else's, but the general stuff is the same. That's why I'm able to use words like, you know, do you have fear? There's a lot of people that have that. Their specific fears might be different, but like in the context of ex-Muslims, the fear that everyone's talking about when they say they have fear, part of it is hell. So that's what's shared between all of us. I actually didn't have that, but even when I was a Muslim, I didn't fear Allah because I knew I was going to heaven. If you need anonymity, that's fine. We can hide your face, put an avatar there instead of your picture, so we won't even use your camera. Your camera won't be on. And the other thing you can do if you wanted this is you can disguise your voice, and I found a software that does it. Hopefully you can use that. I haven't used it myself. And if anyone has any kind of trouble with this, I'll help you further trying to get this to work for you. And I think it's important to say who we are. We is me, my mom, who's been doing this longer than me, in this group right here. Let's see, Arab Atheist Network and Forum, شبكة ومنتدى الملحدين العربي. Yeah, I can barely read Arabic, but enough to say what I just said there. So this subreddit and that Facebook group and the Uniting the Cults subreddit, we sort of, you know, this is a cross post between these three groups. And I got permission from one DDAT to post this. He said he would support us. He or she would support us in this project. Why are we doing this? Our hearts break when we hear that people are suffering in silence, and we want to do something about it, and we want to help as many people as possible. So if you want help, just comment below, I'm struggling and I want help, like this person just did. And I'm going to go ahead and reply now. Sure. Guess I'll post this to the other subs. That's a good idea, but for now I'll restrict to ex-Muslims. I'm only one person, and my mom does this too in Arabic, but she's only one person. If more people were willing to do the helping, then maybe we could do more. Thanks for suggesting that. I guess that's it.